Just imagine the kind of company Jesus is having on his way to Jerusalem. Jesus predicts his condemnation and death at the hands of the chief priests and scribes. But the disciples do not pay attention to his intimate and sorrowful words. The mother of Zebedee's sons came asked for prime places for her sons in the kingdom of Jesus. In the parallel gospel according to Matthew, it was the sons of Zebedee themselves who asked for this favor. The other disciples were jealous of these two. It is a strange and painful scene. The master is sharing his imminent tragedy and death, and the disciples are pondering over worldly power and comfort. As we ponder this situation, we might realize that we are not very far from their attitude. We can easily continue with our worldly ambitions, projects, and calculations even when we are ambassadors of Jesus on the earth. The mystical body of Christ certainly has a spiritual character manifested in the intimate relationship with Christ, the head of the church. Sometimes we may wonder whether this mystical character is really there in the affairs of the church, even though the appearance of spirituality is predominantly worldly. Every office in the church, be it that of a bishop, priest, catechist, PPC member, altar server, church cleaner, all have this spiritual character which is readily seen in the attitude of service than an attitude of power or authority. How do we lose this spiritual character even while doing the Lord's work? Because we do not understand the Master. Intimacy with Jesus is what opens our eyes to his heart. And his heart is always turned towards service, humility, and sacrifice. When we draw close to him, our attitudes begin to change. Our minds are renewed. Our ambitions are purified. We begin to see as he sees. But when we drift from intimacy, we drift from his way. We begin to think like the world, act like the world, and desire like the world, even while using the language of faith. Suppose we move away from the Christ-like servant mentality, it is a sign that we need to examine the quality of our intimacy with the Lord. The season of Lent is a time when we can silently look into ourselves. Am I a worldly follower of Christ, walking with him but thinking of myself? Or am I truly his servant, looking for ways to help, to lift others up, to love? Jesus walks ahead, speaking of the cross. May we walk behind him, not with worldly desires, but with hearts ready to serve.